What's going on, traders? It feels like this market's just a little choppy chop market. Let's go ahead and find out what happened today. Looks like tech is back, but will it last? Let's find out.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.
What's going on, traders out there? I hope you guys are joining in and ready to go ahead and see what happened in the market today. Let's go ahead and catch on up here. Let's take a look to see what we see out there in the SPY. SPY catching the bounce there near the 450s. We went towards a low there of 456 there on the weeklies. And this is why I'm looking at the weeklies, because the daily right now is just nothing but chop on the SPY. So if you look at the weekly, we're going to be able to see a little bit clearer picture of what we're really getting into here. One thing I would state is that we've had multiple times to get above this level. Now the 470s really come into play here as we keep hitting this. Do we get above that 470, or do we test back down again towards 460? Staying in this sideways consolidation here. All right, guys, what's going on out there? Chat, what's up out there? Shannon, how you doing? Easy, Master of Stonks, Hertz. So Jim Cruz, you know what, guys? I'm going to do a little bit of something special today. We just went into the market's sentiment, but normally I wouldn't do this, but today I'm feeling like I need some help on Money Mitch. I need the money mob. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to throw out in the chat. I don't do this often, guys. But I'm going to throw out in the chat here, if you guys want to join me on stream and you got a camera or at least some audio, by all means, go ahead. I can't believe I'm doing it, but I'm throwing it out there, guys. You guys want to join in? Hit that link. You guys could join up right now. All right, let's take a look at the overall market, see what was moving. If you guys got maybe a stock you guys want to take a look at and jump on, hey, you guys got free reign. I just gave you guys free reign to hop on with me. There's only 10 people that can come on at once. So if it loads out and you're not being able to jump on, we'll see what happens there. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's keep it going. Smash the thumbs on up. What's going on, John Lewis? How you doing out there? All right. COVID or Bender from the Finns. I wish it was a Bender from the Finns, but they didn't make the playoffs, so we won't talk about that. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's talk energy. Energy really pushing on up there today. Look at this chart, man. This has really been one of the strongest ones as of late, and you can see the daily chart really pushing on up. Let's take a look at some of those stocks. MRO pushing on up through the 18s, getting on up there towards 1877. This one's actually been pretty strong as of late. XOM, of course, ExxonMobil, having a really good day, guys. This one had, I think, like an almost 4%, 4% day right now. So ExxonMobil, we'll see if it can continue making moves, but definitely keep this one on watch as you're seeing a big push on out there. Other ones you guys can take a look at, of course, in the energy sector. Let's do it by capitalization. You can look at Chevron taking the big rip on up. Nice little lift there. And then you can take a look at some of these other ones, even BP kind of making that push there through the 30s. We'll see if that can continue making that lift. And the energy play is really taking a lift. I mean, oil is up to $86 a barrel. So we'll definitely see what happens there. Good thing I sold my XOM. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's see what other things are going on in the market. Let's look at technology. What did good in technology? Looks like electronic gaming bouncing back today. This GAME game having a 17% day, but really coming off the bottom fishing there. SE catching that bottom bounce there. Slug catching a little bit of a bottom bounce today. Let's go ahead. Let's take Zynga. Zynga, not that bad. I thought it would maybe clear something into the shadow, but it pushed back up today, almost 5% day. Activision also bouncing back. I'm kind of wondering, are we going to get back into the shadow here for ATVI? If we could get back into the shadow area, I would be interested in longing ATVI. We'll see if we can get back into that area that's above 70 where it really will start. And so I'll be watching ATVI. Rublock's catching a bounce today, guys. So pretty much these that were out of favor got the favor right back into it. A little bit of a bounce. Nothing big, though, really there I'm seeing. Let's go to software. Software, some of these stocks really bouncing. Not really seeing anything that's standing out to me here. Maybe Ring up about 8%. But as you can see, it's been really falling down. Got to be careful with these software names. All right, what's going on out there? One of my best trading days ever today. Brian, well, let us know. What did you trade? What did you trade on the long? What did you trade on the short? And I'll take a look. Why are we doing what we do to make money? I made a load of money today. Hey, well, power to you, man. That's what it's all about, right, Brian? If you're able to go ahead and create an income from trading, I can tell you that not many can. So give yourself a big pat on the back and keep pushing forward. And what I always say is diversify. Try to look for other sources of income also, because if you're able to just make some type of income with trading and also have another income, you'll see how that really can power together. So power to you, Brian. And if you're able to make your kind of full-time move, hey, keep going at it, man. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's take a look. LAC had a good day, said green. Let's take a look at that one. We've been watching this one after it did that last pop. Can it get back up there towards 34? I would definitely keep this one on watch. This one's a good one for play tomorrow. I'm actually going to set an alert at this 30.66. Let's see if we get back above that tomorrow. And for that being mentioned, let's take a look at some of the other ones. PLL. I'll be looking for this one to get back above 55. This is another one, lithium play, LTHM. You can take a look at that one. We can see if this one can come back up and start pushing. So we'll see if this one can get back on up there. Pretty much past 25 is where I want to see this one. But that's LTHM, lithium plays, guys. All right, guys, let's keep going. If you guys see me take a second just to get some water, that's probably just because of my throat, but I'm going to try to keep going here, guys. All right, Virgin Orbit did do well today, guys. This was a story about a stock that kind of switched over in late December. From what I saw, it was December 30th. Had a lot of redemption, so the float probably got a little smaller there. VRBO, I think it was. Oh, no, Virgin. Can someone give me the ticker? I know. I was talking about it with Chris. Hold on a second. Of course, I was talking about it with Chris Opia. You know what I'm talking about. It was NGCA, and it turned into what was the ticker there? Oh, Verb. VORB. There you go. Look at that one, guys. It had a monster day today. We'll see what happens in this one. I wouldn't see it continuing, but it does have that launch tomorrow. But the question is, does it affect the other ones like Rocket Lab or SPCE? I think it was affecting SPCE, but I mean, will this gain last? I don't think so. I think it's a kind of a rip to sell in these space stocks. Thanks, Toronto. Thanks, David. Easy. Yeah, I need some more Vorb juice. I could definitely use some of that. My brain isn't as sharp as it normally is. Let's keep going, guys. Let's look around here. Consumer cyclical also having a good day today. Department stores pushing on up. But one of the most impressive ones is DDS. Why? Because I think this has a lot of potential to really start ripping. This one has a bottom here by 240s and 230s. I don't like to take this stock because this one, I kind of didn't even believe why it did this huge rally. But one thing that I would state is that if as long as I can measure my risk, I do like to trade back on up there towards 300. We'll see what happens in DDS. That's Dillard's, of course. And, of course, to look at some other ones, Macy's bouncing back today and JWN bouncing back today. Resorts and casinos not having a bad day. LVS about 6%. But if you wanted to look at some specialty retail, let's take a look at JD. JD with an amazing day, guys. 10% day in JD. So definitely take a look at that one. We'll see what happens in this. if it can continue making moves on up. Of course, if there's one that I kind of believe in China, it'd probably be JD here. I'm not the biggest fan of Baba at these levels, but JD has been showing relative strength when this one wants to get back on up. We'll see if it can get back on up to 90. One of the good things is sideways action compared to, let's say, a Baba chart where you've been having this nothing but downward action. So definitely relative strength and JD looking good. Let me see Baidu. Yeah, Baidu looking like it's trying to find a little bit of a bounce here. Get back on up through 185s and 200. So take a look at these before I say Baba, but hey, power to you. All right, guys, let's keep it going. Let's go. All right. What other stocks you guys want to talk about, guys? If you guys got a stock you guys want to talk about, definitely throw it on in there. You bought GNOG? Man, I haven't seen that stock in a while. Golden Nugget. What's going on with the Golden Nugget? It's coming back there. We'll see what happens. I think GAN, for some reason, eventually gets bought out. So I'm going to be watching GAN to see if it reverse. But hey, not the craziest day out there. Let's go ahead. Let's get to some stocks from the chat. Tilray. Do you want to talk about Tilray? I'll tell you what, Clark. If you want to talk about Tilray, stick around because Tilray will be up next. We have a live interview from the CEO up next on Cannabis Insiders. I'll be there, guys. So stay tuned for Tilray. And if you want to talk a little bit more about Tilray, definitely, Clark, go ahead and hang out there. They're going to even probably take a look. I can take a look at the chart for you today. Let's take a look really quickly. And we are pulling back right now, but the question is, can we hold this hourly sideways trend? We kind of pulled back here, but we're holding that sideways. And so as long as we can hold this $7 on the downside, I think you're still looking good here until Ray. We'll see if it can get back on up to 775 and push to 8. All right, Lucid, one of the big movers of the day. I was looking for this one to push through the hourly resistance. I talked about it on live trading. 42.50 was that resistance that it was very important to get above, and 43 could get us some volume to push us to. And I said potentially even up to 46. We got up to 45 today, so not a bad look there that we're looking at on live trading. So if you're able to nail that one, hey, power to you. Daily levels have resistance coming into play now. So now it's going to be that next level up towards 50. We'll see if it can get on up there, but a good day there for Lucid for sure. All right, Mitch, the entire Lulu effect onto other retail like Nike. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at Nike. Nike trying to find a bottom there. We'll see what happens on that one. Under Armour. Not really liking these charts, but let's see. Lulu. My keyboard not working on the L's, man. Lulu coming on down there too. Yeah, I think they're all getting the Lulu'd. We'll call them all get Lulu'd. The Lulu effect. All right, guys. ACTV, Christopher Ruiz. You don't have to repeat it all the time, again. I got you. I see it in there. Even Easy said, Chris, take it easy, man. We got you, bro. Don't worry. One thing that I don't do, guys, is if you really want a stock covered, I'll cover it for you. I mean, you don't have to throw it up 30 times. I'll definitely get it. All right, ACTV is down. It's a $37 stock. You're talking about a daily stock that doesn't move much. This is an ETF. What's in this ETF? Let's find out. Activist Leader ETF. All right, so it looks like I got KSS. I got this FBHS, which is Fortune Brand Homes and Security. This is an interesting chart. It actually had an insane kind of day there. I'd be watching this chart. This is an interesting stock, man. I'm going to be keeping an eye out on this one. It's how you find some cool stocks. The ETF is interesting here. It has KSS. It has Dix. It has TTC, Toro. This is kind of like that kind of your everyday kind of tools, accessories. Not a bad one there. Inflation, I'm pretty sure, affecting this one. Not a bad bottoming chart here, but I would want it to get back above, let's say, above the 200 day, get back up there to 110. Looking at that one. Ali, my bank. Um, We'll see what happens on Ali financials. It looks like it's coming on up, so it's holding really well for a bank here. You can also take a look at eBay. eBay doing decent, bouncing off to 65. We'll see if this can continue making moves, but it's not a bad looking chart. And this is what I tell you guys, always look at what's in the ETF. Look how the certain components are moving and what the highest weighted ones are. This one has some interesting names. It has Toll Brothers. It has a very collection of stocks. So I take a look at this one, and that was ACTV. Vorb on the launch tomorrow. I think it already did the lift, the lift off. So personally, I don't think it's going to get much lift tomorrow. But hey, to each his own. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. If it's Mitch Bank, you know it's making moves. You guys already know, definitely. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what other stocks can take a lift from here. It's going to be a lot of kind of up and down. You know, one of the things that I would point out is that if you look around, you just got to stick with kind of the bigger names right now. I think you got to continue to watch Apple. You got to continue to watch Tesla. If those make, big downside moves, then, you got to be careful. That's when you can really start seeing the market get hurt. But for right now, I think those are holding up. Apple's holding up. It came back from that support, 170. So not looking bad right now. All right, guys, let's keep going through. JWN, if the strength shows up on the gap fills to the 30s, that's not a bad one to take a look at for sure. All right, let's keep going. MJ ETF, what's in it? Let's go ahead. Let's find out, right? Let's go ahead and see what's in the MJ. This is an ETF, alternative harvest ETF. You guys can talk about this with cannabis insiders that are going to be coming up next, but I'll take a look at what's in it, right? For me right now, it looks like I only have XII, but I have to look at some other ones. Looking like this one's not finding the stocks that are in this one, so I'll take a look at that and I'll find out. DD Cosby wants to take a look at KTTA. All right, let's take a look at this one. Oh, this is a tough chart, man. DD, I don't know if you're caught in this one, but if you are, it's a scary looking chart to me. Biotechs are just very scary, and when the stock had the tendency of it pops, if it doesn't hold the pop, it usually gives up all the gains. This is all the way back down towards 153. I would be really concerned. The only thing that does help is that the money flow isn't showing too much weakness, but there isn't that much volume going in this, right? I mean, you got about what? You're trading about 800,000 shares. You need another volume pop to get you back on up. I don't know if this stock has maybe some other phase 2 data that could come out or something like that, but they're going to need something to change the story. All right, Oxy being called out by Clark. Let's go ahead and take a look at Oxy. All right, guys, just give me 1 second. I got to get some water. All right, guys, let's keep going. Oxy pushing on up there towards 35. I do like this look. We talked about some of these oil plays, and if you take a look here on the weekly, it looks even better. You got a couple highs that you're trying to get through. You got to up, pullback. That's the third one. Now we're looking for that lift through 35, continuing momentum up there towards the 45s and the 40s. That's what I would look for. And it actually it would have done its whole retrace of the 2020 time where it went down all the way down towards, let's say, a low of $9. It even went lower. It went down towards like 852, and it's back there towards 35. We'll see if it gets back up to 45. Looks like someone wants to take a look at Nug. All right, so this is a This is that gold leverage trade here. Um, Personally, I think this is something that you kind of stay away from. I don't really like gold as a trade personally, but hey, to each his own, right? I mean, if you like gold, maybe that's your kind of trade. It doesn't look that bad. It looks like it's on a huge decline, and it looks like it could get off of this lift and get back above 50. But you're going to run into some resistance at 55 and 60s. So I would actually look for this to get to 60 first, and then I'd be looking to join the party as it could push on up there towards 100. We'll see what happens on NUGT, but personally, not one of my favorites. Victoria's Secret being called out here. I got you. No worries. I'll take a look at this one. This one's interesting. I actually got stopped out in this one before when I got in here, and then it stopped me out as it came back down to 50. I'm looking for this one to get strong through 60. I do think this one's going to have maybe decent earnings coming on up. So pay attention to this one if it can get back above these highs here. So I would be looking at 57.18, around above that 57. You can start looking for a nice upside potential move to take out these highs at 60. And then you take out those highs, I think you got the next left up to 65. All right, guys, how we doing out there? VSEO, now we're talking. How's the BBWI? Oh, there you go, the BBWI. Let's take a look there. Bath and Body Works coming on down here. I will tell you guys that my fiance loves this Bath and Body Works and probably put some good candle money towards their revenue. So who knows? Who knows if that's bullish or not? But BBWI here, Bath and Body Works. We'll see if it can continue making its move. It has pulled back pretty drastically fast here. It pulled back about 17, almost 18% here. We'll see if it can catch a bounce there near the 50. That's where I would be looking right now. It's kind of underneath that 200-day, and it was hanging out above it. Let's see if we can get back above this 200-day and then see this one get bullish. OSK being brought up by Hertz. Let's go ahead. Let's do that one. Akash. This is farming and heavy construction. This is what I want to see, guys. I love this chart right here. Good call out there, Hertz. Stocks like this is what we're looking for. Stocks that are strong and getting back above what? 200-day. That's that purple line you're seeing here. Holding sideways consolidation. Just pushed through that high of 120. I'll look for pullbacks closer towards that 120, but I do like this trade here. OSK here, Okash Corp. And with that being said, how did my cat do today? Looks like cat went sideways. I'm actually going to look for this one to come back up through 221 tomorrow. And for that being mentioned, DE is another one I'd give a look. Let this one pull back towards, let's say, maybe even 370, but eventually coming back and taking out 380s. I'd keep an eye out on these. That's DE Cat, and you say OSK Hertz bringing a good one to us. Okash Court. All right, waiting on Hertz HTZ. Oof, I don't know if that one ever will move. What's his name? Cliff. Look, let's take a look at Cliff. All right, guys. So, oof, my L is not going to work for us today. I don't think I'll be able to even get to Cliff. Oh, look, I got an L to work for me. All right, guys, so Cliff has been coming back on up. We talked about this one on the 27th for a long, right? And that was a couple weeks ago, right? About 2 weeks ago. So now we're looking for this one to keep on up there. Pushed on up there towards 24.50, pulled back towards 22 here. I think if it holds 22, you're still looking good here. I know I have a lot of numbers here and a lot of lines here, so I'm going to take some of these off here so that we can kind of see here where this resistance really holds. Okay, so we wanted to get back above this line here, which is 22.11. Right now we're trading around 22.13. So let's see if it can get back on up there. If it can get up there towards 23 tomorrow, I would like this look. That's Cliff's. And you can take a look at also steel, U.S. Steel, finding that support there around 24. Let's see if that turns back around towards 25 tomorrow, and then eventually taking out 27. Carr and Avis has been massive. We'll see what happens on Carr and Avis. How come Moderna went up but Pfizer isn't? One thing I have been hearing about Moderna is that their booster is being recommended more by doctors. So maybe that could be something that's happening out there. I know that for a while everyone wanted Pfizer's vaccines, but it looks like everyone wants Moderna's booster. So we'll see what happens there. Moderna did come on up, but I mean, it didn't make a huge move. And Pfizer also, same thing. I mean, it was up too. So pretty much, I'd keep these on watch. I still like Pfizer here, especially if we're gonna keep doing kind of this booster game. They're gonna be able to keep coming out with vaccines and keep making some money. I think this eventually gets through 60. Who knows? Pfizer could continue moving. It hasn't turned around really. Had a long-term consolidation that it broke out of, and ever since is still pushing on the upside. All right, guys. That's 4:28. We're gonna be wrapping on up here. Mitch always wins. He even removed the L on the keyboard. Yeah, you can't lose if you don't have an L on the keyboard. Come on, guys. Let's go ahead. Help me understand. SPIR. Man, I'm starting to get a little congested. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's take a look there. SPIR. Spire Global. All right, yeah, this to me is it's a lot how a lot of the SPACs are looking. David, why it jumped 11%? Because it was drilled down, oversold, really oversold. If you take a look here, probably the RSI was down. Let's take a look here. So this is the RSI. It tells us oversold indicator and overbought indicator. Overbought above, let's say 80s. Oversold, I would say really below 25s. So this one has gone down below that. But it's hanging out there around 30s right now. Did catch a bounce. I mean, a lot of these stocks caught a bounce. A lot of these SPACs did catch bounces. One to mention is like Bark. Look how this one has been going straight down, but caught a nice bounce today too. So take a look at these, David. There's really nothing to understand there other than just oversold and popping back. Doesn't mean that it has a huge move to keep going. You'll look for a day 2 move. Look for that to continue moving, and we'll see what's going on. Cash money. If you want to talk about Lucid, definitely rewind the tape. I already talked about Lucid and talked about the levels that were important today. We talked about this on live trading. We watched this trade live, and we watched it break out. Now it's going to continue going. As long as it holds that kind of 43 on pullbacks, I think you're looking good. We'll continue going. All right, that's going to do it for me. Up next, you guys got Tilray, guys. Tilray CEO. Go find out on Cannabis Insiders what's going on in Tilray and the cannabis industry. Till next time, Money Mitch. Hope you guys enjoyed it and hope you guys appreciated me coming on to the show today.